The people you're about to meet, they're grandparents. They're kind and trusting, and they're all victims.
We were scammed.
They really took advantage of her.
Why did she pick me?
All of these seniors lost big money.
$13,000.
$6,290.
$270,000.
And they all want to help your family from making the same mistake.
We had no idea there was anything such as a grandparent scam going on at all.
Mary and Wally Murray were scammed by a phone call.
When I answered the phone, it was my grandson. And I said, well, how are you? And he said, well, Grandma, he said, I'm in a little bit of trouble.
The trouble was a car accident in Canada, and he desperately needed thousands of dollars for hospital and legal bills.
Grandma, he said, I promise I'll pay you as soon as I get home.
I said, well, we'll do it. We'll send you the money.
The Murrays went right to Western Union and wired the cash. Just one problem. The young man on the phone who sounded just like their grandson was not their grandson. And all that money,
it's gone. And we never thought about being scammed.
No.
Never, never.
The so-called granny scam has already ripped off hundreds of seniors.
$6,290 is what we lost.
Some grandparents,
that's terrible,
have lost a whole lot more.
Here, I'm just going to check your range of motion.
Ali Javadi is 74, and he has Parkinson's disease. But the retired businessman is still active on his computer, and that's what got him into some big trouble.
My dad had fallen for a typical scam, an internet scam.
Ali received an email that he was entitled to $20 million. To get it, all he had to do was send money for clearance certificates and collection fees. He didn't realize it was a scam. So Ali sent more than $250,000 to con men in South Africa, and he got nothing in return.
We didn't know what to do. We didn't know how it happened. My family and I realized that every dime they had disappeared.
Many schemes like this one originate overseas, but others target seniors right in their own front yard, including the yard of Marjorie Deneen. These folks visited Marjorie, claiming they were trimming trees, spraying bushes, and fertilizing her lawn.
They were not doing anything.
Marjorie's son says his 83-year-old mom didn't realize that and paid more than $5,000 for lawn services she never got.
She's got dementia. She can't remember a lot of things that go on, and these people really took advantage of that. And they'd wait midday. When they knew there was nobody here, my mother was here by herself. It was easy money.
It's just a very easy white-collar crime.
Tamara Simpson monitors fraud committed against seniors. She says the biggest crime is in the area of health care, where every year Medicare is billed for $60 billion in bogus services. And it's not just seniors who are paying for it.
No, it's the taxpayers.
How often does this happen?
All the time. I hear of new scams every day.
And some scams target seniors when they're most vulnerable. Earlier this year in Indianapolis, an 87-year-old widow was ripped off on her own front porch. Her husband's obituary had just appeared in the newspaper, and that prompted a scam artist to show up at her door. He claimed to be with Visa, and he said he needed to take back the dead man's credit card.
Basically took the card and went on and shopping spree. They just want the cash, and whoever they hurt, whether it be the elderly, the young, or in between, they don't care.
If you think scams like these will never happen to your family,
that's terrible.
Experts say, think again.
It's happening so often.
Your grandmother or mother could be a victim tomorrow.
I learned the hard way. This is my mom, and she was scammed too.
$13,000.
It happened in this Arizona hospital while my mom was battling a terrible infection in the intensive care unit. You don't remember most of the time you were even in the hospital?
I don't remember a lot for about 10 days. The doctors did not expect me to pull through.
When my mom recovered, she noticed big charges on her credit card bill. Charges made while she was unconscious in a hospital bed.
We were absolutely mortified.
And police soon discovered the same thing had happened to other patients at the same hospital. Turns out someone was preying on sick seniors, and it was an inside job.
She was a phlebotomist, would come in the hospital room at night. She would go through and she actually would take the credit card. The fact is, in today's society, you can become a victim anywhere.
The hospital worker was arrested and is now serving time in prison. But police say most people who scam seniors are not caught. In fact, they're still out there looking for their next victim.
Something that's being done to the grandparents all over the country.
So, what can you do? Well, share this information with the seniors you know. First, be very skeptical of people who call, email, or show up at the front door wanting to sell you something. Ask for a phone number where you can call back after you've done some research. And never give those people any of your personal information. Every month, monitor credit card, bank, and Medicare statements for any signs of trouble, and offer to help your parents and grandparents do that. Extra eyes are helpful, so ask neighbors, the mailman, the bank teller to let you know about any suspicious activity. If you suspect any scam involving a senior, call your local agency on aging at 800-986-3505. We've got this number and more important tips on our website at WTHR.com. I'm Bob Segall, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.